Hifumi's big cold body is laying on the floor. His really big body. I mean, how on earth was the killer able to move something so big? From the nurse's office where he was discovered to here, the repository. All the way from the first floor to the third, and all without anyone noticing it. How the hell? It's no good, I just don't get it. I can think about it later, for now I have to finish investigating Hifumi himself. If I remember correctly, Hifumi's fatal injury was also a blow to the head. Probably from Justice Hammer 3, which was laying on the floor in the nurse's office. Huh? Wait, something's off about his body. Why am I getting this feeling? Something's different. Something about Hifumi's body in the nurse's office versus his body right now. Yeah, blood on his glasses, yeah. When his body was in the nurse's office, his glasses were covered in blood. But now they're completely clean. Does that mean someone wiped his glasses off? But who would do that and why? Taka, he'll never move again. According to the Monokuma file, Taka died from a blow to the head. We found Justice Hammer 4 near his body in the equipment room. Is that what was used to kill him? And there's a tarp laid out under this body. Did the killer use this to move Taka's body? That way there wouldn't be any blood left behind while the body was moved. It's a dolly, it doesn't have a handle. I saw this in the art room before, I guess it's used to move the statues around. It's kinda awkward, but if you bend down it's not too hard to use. But wait. Wasn't this in the equipment room when we found Taka's body? And look at the wheel. That's a blood stain on it. So there's blood on the wheel of the dolly that was moved from the equipment room to the repository. What's the explanation about? There are hammers of all different sizes on the wall, although some are more like mallets. Mallets? Could the Justice Hammer have been designed using these as a model? By the way, all the hammers here have been obviously seen a lot of use. They're all covered in debris and chalk stone powder. Wait, for some reason this one hammer isn't dirty at all and it's wet. Did someone wash it recently? Nothing really more to say about this part.
So,
Hey, Koda, after thinking about something, it's about the repository. What is it? After Hifumi and Taka's bodies disappeared, we split up to look around, right? I was really scared, so me and Sakura stuck together.
But
And we came right to the repository to, look around. But when we got there, the repository was locked. We couldn't get inside. It was locked, yeah, we know. And we came here as soon as the search started, so there's no way someone could have beat us here. So if that's true, then who locked it? And why is it unlocked now? I wonder the same thing. The door was locked when we searched for the bodies began, but now it's wide open. There might be some secret lurking in there, but I'll probably have to leave this area to figure it out. There are many aspects in this crime to describe this time. Too many, to be honest. Considering that it may be good to look back on everything that's happened.
So then...
Would you like my help? Yeah. Yeah, let's look back on things. That morning only 4 of us met up in the dining hall. Hina, Kyoko, you and myself. We waited for the others but nobody showed up, so we decided to go look for them. It was around 8 o'clock when we began our search, but soon after we split up, Kyoko disappeared. After that, Hina found Celeste in the rec room on the 3rd floor, then quickly came and got you and me. According to Celeste, she was attacked by a suspicious individual laying conscious for about an hour. In other words, she was attacked an hour before we found her, meaning just after 7 o'clock. Based on the picture Celeste took, we discovered her attacker was dressed in a strange costume. It was Robo Justice. It was also became clear that this Robo Justice had dragged Hifumi away. After meeting up with Toko and Byakuya, we began searching for the costumed assailant. We found an injured Hifumi in the library on the 2nd floor. We took him down to the nurse's office on the 1st floor, then resumed our search. But not long after leaving the nurse's office. What's wrong? I saw a shadow, something moving around at the top of the stairs. Based on Celeste's claims, we went back up to the 2nd floor, where we split up and began searching. Then right after that, Celeste screamed. This time she had apparently seen the suspect on the 3rd floor. Hearing her screams, we quickly made our way to the 3rd floor. Celeste, what's wrong? That was a rather intense scream for someone like you. I saw him, the strange costumed man. He ran off as soon as I screamed. I was blocking the stairs, so he headed further down into the hallway and disappeared. And then... Huh? What was that? Not best, but really cool, and of this. Yeah. Exactly.
However...
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
However...
No, it's okay. Nothing. Wait, lock it from the art room. Yeah, it must have been Ifumi. Well, for what? Oh, Byakuya. Byakuya, do you think the hero really did it? I don't see how anyone could think otherwise. When the attack and murders and disappears all happened, one of us had an alibi. And the last thing Ifumi said when he died, yeah, he said hero's name.
So in other words...
And there's no room to suspect anyone else. Okay, but if he did do it, why would he hide his identity with that weird costume? Maybe he thought that no matter what happened, he'd be safe as long as his face was covered. Because he's the fool of the century, you see. I mean, he is kinda dumb. But he really would love to explain it. I feel like there's a clue hiding in there somewhere.
What?
And is that it? Is that all that bothers you about the case? Well, no, there are a few other things. Like, why did the killer try to hide the bodies? They probably figured that if we couldn't find the bodies, we couldn't complete our investigation. But if that's the case, we found the bodies pretty easily, didn't we? And again, it comes back to the fact that the culprit was a moron. Is that really all there is to it? The other thing that bothers me is, why they bother killing two people? What? Because if all the rule says is if you kill someone and get away with it, you graduate, right? So if you're the killer, your number one priority is not getting caught, but killing two people means more clues, more chances you'll get found out.
I see.
Hold on, perhaps. I see, so that's what that means. Is everything okay?
That's enough.
Don't talk to me as if we're friends. What's with that attitude? But you have my appreciation.
Goodbye.
Thanks to you, I might have found some fun with this after all. His mysterious words hung in the air as he left the repository. He talked as if he'd figure something out. But if he did, would it have killed him to tell me what it was? There's gotta be a clue around here somewhere. Maybe we should check somewhere else. There's some places I already know about. First the nurse's office, where Hifumi was found, and the equipment room. Yeah. Yeah, let's go to the equipment room. If I remember correctly, that's that way. It's also a really stupid way to get there. Because you have to go so far through hallways. Thinking, yeah, genocide jails there. I was sleeping right here when the killer carried the body away. I'm super pissed. I missed such an ultimately rare event. Yeah, that's actually kind of insane. Crack marks. There's some kind of trial mark going through the pool of blood in the middle of the room. That reminds me about the dolly in the repository. There was blood inside. Could the blood have come from here? Which could mean that Tarkin's body was moved from the equipment room to the repository using the dolly. Both rooms are on the 3rd floor, so that should definitely have been possible. But even if dolly was used to move Taka's body, what about Hifumi? Hifumi's body was in the nurse's office on the 1st floor. Even with that dolly, there's no way to get it up to the 3rd floor. That's still a total mystery. Yeah, murder weapon. Oh, one of the tops is missing. You got anything else to say? No, not really. I think that's everything. Yeah. Celeste is here. What are you investigating, Celeste? I'm not investigating anything, precisely speaking. I'm simply going around seeing if Hero might be hiding somewhere. What about you? Oh, you know, I'm just checking this and that. The main thing on my mind is how someone could have moved Hifumi's body. How Hifumi was moved there. When it disappeared, he was supposed to be in the nurse's office, right?
Yes,
Correct.
indeed.
He was not feeling well, so I stayed behind to look after her. But she seemed to be getting worse, so I took her to the bathroom. And when we got back, the body was gone. We could not have been gone for more than a minute or two, though. Yeah, Hina said the same thing. So then the killer was able to get in and move Hifumi's body in a short amount of time?
Indeed.
It would seem so. To care of someone as big as Hifumi in only a couple of minutes is... I can't think of it as anything less than impossible. Just number 3. Alright. There's a bunch of blood packets here. Alright. No, that does help.
Oh!
Did you find something? Yeah, there's a cleaning cloth in the trash can.
Huh?
Cleaning cloth, and it's all bloody. Whoever this belonged to must have wiped it up. Used it to wipe up some blood. Well, who would need to do something like that? I haven't the slightest idea. Yeah, me either, but I think it might be important. I don't think anything else is here, to be honest. So this is where you were. I've been looking for you. You have? I would thank you for what you did. Not that you meant to, but you ended up making this little game of us very interesting indeed. You should go to Hero's room. Oh, and let me give you this. This note Hero to get us all to meet up, right? You remember well. Well, the penmanship was pretty remarkable, so it left an impression.
It's all clear.
Anyway, this makes it clear, right? This is a trap. What is? Things grew even more exciting. What are you talking about? I've already repaid my debt. I don't owe you any more explanation. Goodbye. Alright. It was unlocked. I guess I could go inside. Becca did say to go look. It might not be the great idea, but I'm gonna take a plunge. Oh damn, you got a lot of stuff. This is Hero's room. There are all kind of weird stuff in here. Where do you even get all this from? More importantly, he still hasn't turned up. Which means he can't really complain if I don't go get his permission to search his room, right? It's blueprints and some things made out of look like cardboard, plastic and plaster. Is that Robot Justice? Yeah, that handwriting doesn't match up. Alright. Alright, let's leave the area. Makoto, big news, big news. What's wrong? We found Kyoko. What? Is she okay? Where is she? Wait, I wasn't done. There's more big news.
Just a second.
Robot Justice showed up too. Robot Justice? It's Hero wearing the costume.
Okay.
Anyway, as soon as you can head to the pool on the 2nd floor. Alright. In the locker room, isn't he? Kyoko.
I mean...
Human, I have had the worst day. Hero.
Right.
I found Hero. He was jammed in the pool room locker. It looked like he was fast asleep, so I kicked him and he woke him up.
Don't be mean!
I still can't believe you kicked me. You could have been a little bit gentle about it. Like, I don't know, caress my face or something.
What?
That's creepy. Anyway, Kyoko, where have you been all this time? You just disappeared all of a sudden without a trace.
Wow.
There was something I had to check up on. What do you mean? Never mind. I can't never mind.
It's nothing.
Never
Hey.
mind. More importantly.
And?
I mean...
Oh well, I have no idea. 1 second I was asleep, I don't even know what happened, and I woke up and then I was here. I don't care. Do something about it, trust me. pains me just to look at you. Well, I don't know what's up with this thing, but I can't actually get it off. A little help? Why would you make something that you can't take off by yourself?
Got it all
I didn't
wrong.
make a stupid freaking thing.
It would seem...
There's a clasp on the back to keep you from getting it off. It looks pretty sturdy. I don't think you can get it off on your own. We don't really have a choice. Let's help him. Took everyone's help, but slowly we were able to get Hero out of the suit. It took a few minutes, but eventually we got all the pieces off. Free at last. Isn't it kind of weird how perfectly the suit fits Hero?
So then,
More to the point, nobody but Hero would be able to wear that costume. Wait, what? Hold on a sec.
honestly,
Don't bother trying to act innocent. The blueprints were in your room as well.
is that okay?
In other words, it's obvious to everyone that you made this costume. That's true. I saw the blueprint myself. Yeah, me too.
Could it be?
Then it's obvious the one who put this costume on and went around attacking everyone
terrible.
was Hero. So we tie him up and gag him.
Just the worst.
Great idea. We wouldn't want him killing anyone else. Tell me off. Hold on, guys. I think that's going a little far.
That's right.
He may be a suspect, but he deserves fair treatment. Yeah, I mean, attacking blueprints. I have no idea what you guys are talking about.
What the heck?
You can't talk your way out of this. It's been decided. You killed him. What? Killed who? I have no idea what you're talking about. There must be a fake Hero running around.
What are you saying?
You're the only one who can wear this costume. So who else could possibly be the costumed attacker?
What the heck?
How do you know I'm the only one? Maybe you should try it on for yourself before you convict me.
Okay.
Fine, if you're gonna jerk about it, I would, well, without permitting a bit. Hina started putting on the robot's costume.
Huh. See? Look. See how loose it is? I mean, come on. I'm blind as a bat in here. Can't see my feet at all. I'm surprised you got anywhere in this thing.
I'm telling you, it wasn't me.
And not to mention, you totally can't bend at the waist. Seems like a pretty obvious oversight.
That's not a very nice thing to say. I mean, it's not like I made it. I just got caught up in the moment.
Well, either way, now we know for sure, right? I mean, it seems pretty clear that nobody but Hero could have fit into this dumb costume.
In a half, Hina took the suit back off again.
Ah.
Well, now you're all out of excuses. See, it's cause you're a girl. If it was another guy, then... Makoto, go ahead. Okay. Well picked up the piece of the floor and tried putting them on. It's no good, the arms are too long, there's no way I can wear this.
Just a second!
See, I told you it was impossible. You're absolutely right. It seems this costume was made to fit Hero's body exactly.
But
Then there's another costume. They must have one that looks the same, but it fits them.
Honestly,
If your fist on this line of defense shows some evidence.
what the heck?
Evidence? You claim there's another suit, yes? Then you must find it and show it to us. What the heck?
just the worst.
Who cares? Here's the only one without an alibi during this whole time. Anyway,
That's terrible.
which is how we know it's him. I mean, is that really true? I have no idea what's been happening. Could someone like tell me?
What the heck?
Well, two people killed Taka for me. What? Two people?
Just the worst.
Why are you freaking out? You did it. I did not. Wait, hold on. If those two are the ones that were killed,
How about that?
that's it. I know who did it.
So then...
You may as well tell us then. Taka and Ifuma fighting over Alter Ego, right?
I'm at least
Which means Alter
30%
Ego
right.
and Shiro must have done it.
Correct.
I see. That's unfortunate.
Please.
Unfortunate.
What the heck?
Stop trying to trick us. Just admit that you did it, okay? I'm telling you, you got it all wrong.
Oh, so
I know
bad.
that note. Last night someone slipped a weird note on my door, and here's what it said. I found a hole maybe we can use to escape. Monokuma can find out, so don't tell anyone else. For now, let's meet in the rec room at 1 AM. But the last thing I remember is going to the rec room. Then for some reason I fell asleep.
Hey.
The real killer probably drugged me or something.
Just the worst.
Not a chance.
So-
Hold on. He could be onto something. The nurse office did have cameras calls that could do that. What? Really? I told you, someone's trying to set me up. A secret passage with a chance to escape. Someone wrote all that to trick me. Even if that's true, you must be a dumb fish to bite every piece of bait that floats in front of you. Well, after being trapped here so long, even if you know it's a lie, you gotta still check, right? They preyed on my desire to get out of here. They deceived me. I still don't buy it.
Don't be mean.
Well, you should buy it.
Just a second.
Okay, then show us that note. With pleasure. I have it right here in my pocket.
No.
Looks like I lost it. Yeah, sure. You gotta believe me. I wouldn't hurt a fly. As I said before, if you want us to believe you, you must produce evidence. Can you show us the note? I have no particular issue with what you claim, but if you want us to believe you, give us a reason. What the heck? Serious? No, then shall we resume? Yeah.
What the heck? Just the worst.
Must be it. You must be totally broken, that's why. Wait, that's a false accusation. Someone help me.
What are you saying?
Just be thankful we haven't bound and gagged you. If you have time to yell, carry on. You have time to search for your evidence, right? Oh, you're right. I need to look for the second pseudo note. Feet, don't film me now. I guess I better get back to guard you. I was gonna ask Toko to subject to switch me, but if she and Sakura got into a fight, we'd have a catastrophe on our hands. Well, bye. One more when everyone peeled away. Do you have a second? I want you to help me with the investigation. It looks like I got a late start on this one, so I need to make up some ground. Sure, I don't mind helping, but can you promise me something? Later, when we have time, will you tell me why you disappeared?
Why is that?
No. To reject me so simple.
Anyway,
I need your help. Don't mind, do you? Okay.
Shall we go?
Thanks. Now then, shall we?
Hey.
So Makoto, first I'd like to examine the corpses. Examine the corpses from a girl the same age as me.
Correct.
Dead bodies don't lie, you know. They tell the truth far more easily than living. Wouldn't you agree? How am I supposed to answer?
Anyway,
we have to before the class trial begins again. Yeah, you're right. Okay then, show me where the bodies are. Then the repository. Then I guess we should head that way for now. Taka. For a moment, Kyoko seemed to go rigid, but only for a moment.
So then.
Well then, let's get started.
I knew it.
The one Kumafo was right. They were killed using similar weapons. The winds were so smooth, she was so calm. Seeing how comfortable she was actually made me feel a little more comfortable.
I see.
Makoto found something. You did? You remember the wristwatch Taka always wore on his left hand? He did. Are you so oblivious to the people around you? Do you dislike other people that much? No, that's not it. Anyway, so you said he had a watch.
So then.
Take a look. It's broken, you can see the hands aren't moving, right? It's most likely broken when he had his encounter with his assailant. And if you notice, the hands are frozen at just past 6 o'clock. So that would mean the watch was broken sometime just after 6.
That's right.
But last night, Taka's watch definitely wasn't broken. Hey, how long are you gonna keep us waiting? Yeah.
In other words,
who worked at the temp last night, it could have been broken at 6 PM. Meaning it must have happened at 6 this morning.
however...
And that's not all. Look at Taka's left hand. He appears to be gripping something. You're right, there's something white in here.
Makoto.
Can you try and pry it out? Me?
Because...
rigor mortis has already set in. Boys are better suited to this kind of manual labor, right? Okay. Piece of paper. Was that all he had to say? Yeah, that's it. Just a little scrap of paper. Doesn't seem like much of a clue, does it?
Right?
I wonder about that. Kyoka then turned to Ifumi's body. Let's check Ifumi's body now. Perhaps he left us a few clues of his own.
Indeed.
Look at this.
That's
what
right.
A paper. Ifumi had it on him. Hidden.
Indeed.
He'd stuffed it in his pants, so I can only assume he'd hidden on purpose, you see. His pants, which is
Why is that?
It was just his pants, not like his socks or anything. I don't know what that means.
Hey.
Anyway, let's take a look at the paper. Go ahead, Makoto, open it up. It's like, it better be important, Ifumi, I'll never forgive you this. A note. I found a hole maybe we can use to escape. Monokuma can find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet in the equipment room at 6 AM.
So...
That sounds very familiar. That's it, it's the same thing Hiro said. Then he was telling us the truth.
However...
Although it's not exactly the same, is it? Yeah, different time. Yeah, it's different time. Time's different. Hiro told us the note said to meet at 1 AM. But the note I wrote to Hifumi asked him to meet at 6 AM.
Is that right?
Hold on, just because Hifumi had the note doesn't mean it was meant for him. Huh?
So...
Part of it has been torn off, right? I think there's likely some meaning here. There's some meaning to the part of it being ripped. Could you maybe explain a little more? Think carefully.
Hey.
Why would he have been clutching that scrap of paper so tightly? I have no idea.
So then...
What if it wasn't just a scrap of paper he was holding it? What if it was something more important? And how would something important like that become a mere scrap of paper? That's what you need to answer.
Hey.
I don't have to think about the handbooks this time, right?
Is that right?
If you didn't have to think about them at all, I wouldn't have gone out of the way to mention it. All I said was that they weren't used to help carry out the murders. There may come a point, however, where a handbook may play a role. But if Kyoko thinks that's important, I better keep it in mind. Yeah. Alright.
Are you excited? Are you pumped? It's time for the class trial to begin! Like the bright burst of fireworks, like the flash of a soul clashing with life and death. And so, everyone please meet at the usual spot. Make your way to the red door on the first floor of the school.
It would seem...
It's unfortunate, but I suppose this is where our investigation comes to an end. You have to figure out the rest for yourself and come to the proper conclusion. Yeah, you're right.
Shall we go?
Well, you better get going. Okay. Never liked this music. Everyone had heard Monokuma's proclamation and they were gathered by the red door, and as soon as they were all there...
Monokuma appears!
Hello, hello, hello. He's multiplied? No, but not multiplication, it just looked that way because of an illusion. I'm moving so fast it only looks like I've been multiplied. Can you guys tell which one is the real Monokuma? Can we just get on the elevator already?
Boy!
You're not playing along.
Stop talking.
We're not here to play with you.
Okay.
Okay, fine. Then if everyone's here already, please go board the pain train or elevator. I'll see you guys down there.
Let's go.
Okay, then shall we?
Please!
Hold on, I'm not mentally prepared yet.
What the heck?
You'll never be mentally prepared. You can't run away anymore, hero. You're gonna pay for your sins.
What the heck?
I told you I didn't do it for serious. That reminds me, did you ever find the other customer in the mode? Well, no, but how unfortunate. Then it would seem we have a culprit.
Hey,
This is no place to talk about it. Save your calculations for when we get to the courtroom.
That's right.
She's right, let's go down there first, and then the story can really begin. Yeah, good idea. That's right, I have to do it. I can't let whoever killed Hifumi and Taka get away with it. For everyone who's still alive, and for the two that lost their lives. And the one who killed friends, the killer is someone right here. Let's go. The doors closed on their own, and the sealed box began to move. The clunking of the elevator kept us company as we fell further and further down. There was no going back. Until we said all this, we couldn't go anywhere. Not sure how long it was before the elevator finally came to a stop. The elevator door slid open, opening up onto a cool fate. When I see all of you gathered together like this, there was just a few of you that are left. Your school is slowly reaching its climax.
Just for what?
Only because of you. Why are you making us do such cruel things to each other?
What?
Oh, what? Do you really hate me so much? But I'm so cute.
Come on.
Stop goofing around and begin the trial. Don't rush me off. Of course I'm gonna start it. I would never be like, stay tuned for the action-packed class trial after this commercial break. I'd never roll out on you like that. Okay, let's begin. Get to your side seats. And so, the curse is opened once again. And deadly judgment, deadly deception, deadly... Yeah, we've heard this. Yeah, let's save the data. Couldn't hurt. Let's set the skills. Yeah, we have a lot of them we don't have. This is... I don't know. This is Sayaka's, but... Trial, alright.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the... If
Yeah,
you
we
win,
know.
I'll punish
I'm not
everyone
gonna-
now.
We already know who did it.
Was that?
It was Hiro. He does not have an alibi for when the murders took place, and we found him in that suit. Don't try and deny it. You killed them.
I didn't! Someone knocked me out! I was asleep the whole time! I don't know anything about...
Shut your murdering mouth, murderer!
Who are you calling a murderer?
I am sorry to say, Hiro, but we do have evidence. Blueprint for the suit. Parts we assume were used to build it, and all of it was found in your room. You have to admit, the evidence is quite compelling. It points to you as having created the suit and wearing it while committing crime after crime.
How many times do I have to tell you? I don't know!
Is Hiro really the killer, or before anything else we have to make that clear? Hero's not the killer. It would be way too obvious, and also the suit doesn't bend in the waist.
Everything we found in your room. The blueprints, the suit parts, they are all proof enough that you are the culprit.
I don't know anything about that stuff! It's not true! It's a conspiracy!
Hero, why? Why did you kill them?
No! Just hold on a second!
Everything we found in your room. The blueprints, the suit parts, they are all proof enough that you are the culprit.
Fuck.
I don't know anything about that stuff! It's not true! It's a conspiracy!
Hero,
I kinda...
why? Why did you kill them?
No! Just hold on a second!
Everything we found in your room. The blueprints, the suit parts, they are all...
Yeah,
No, it's
the
wrong.
handwriting doesn't match up.
Are we sure Hero really made those blueprints?
What do you mean?
Well, take a look at this. It's the note that Hero wrote, asking everyone to meet up after Alter Ego disappeared. The handwriting's obviously different, wouldn't you say? When you compare it to the blueprints.
There's no way you could think the same person made both of them.
Unless that person made it a point to disguise their handwriting.
No, the differences are bigger than that, I think.
Come on! I'm not smart enough to think of trying to change my handwriting anyway.
So Makoto, are you saying you don't think Hero's the culprit?
And he's not the only one. I think Hero is innocent as well.
Then who was in that Robo-Justice suit? Is it like Hero said? Was there really someone
No.
running around in a second suit?
The suspicious individual hidden within the suit. Go ahead, Makoto.
So?
Well, obviously it was Hero.
I got it!
Illuminati, yes
Other
mate.
than Hero, I can't think of anyone else it could have been. Obviously, he was the one in that particular suit. And we never found any kind of second suit.
Then there can be no doubt. Hero is the prime suspect.
That doesn't make any sense. You just said Hero didn't do it.
It makes perfect sense. Hero was the suspicious individual in the
Exactly.
suit, but he's not the culprit.
So what you're saying is...
That's right. The culprit in this case has nothing to do with being in the Robo-Justice suit.
What? Now that's a bold assumption. And what reason do you have to make such a statement? You do have a reason, yes?
Of course. But before we get to that, there's something else we need to clarify first. So let's get that out of the way.
Hey, stop trying to boss us around.
Yeah,
All things have a proper order.
yes.
So what is it? What needs to be clarified?
We must clarify the method
That's-
of transportation
No,
for Taka's
not
lifeless
just
body.
Taka.
It would seem that Makoto, can you tell us what they were?
Well, it was depository dolly
I got it!
and the blue top.
I got it! They were a dolly and a tarp, right?
What with that
So,
attitude?
let's see if I can explain. Taka's body disappeared from the equipment room. And then we rediscovered it in the repository.
Exactly.
And when we found it for the second time, it was wrapped in a blue tarp, right? It was the same tarp that up until then was stored in the equipment room. So the killer must have seen it there and decided to use it when they moved Taka's body. That way, they wouldn't leave any bloodstains while they were moving it.
Okay, that explains the tarp. And the dolly?
Same thing. I'm sure the dolly was in the equipment room when we first found Taka's body there. But when the body disappeared, so did the dolly. Later, when Taka's body reappeared in the repository, so did the dolly.
In other words, you think they used the dolly to move the body. Am I right? But are you sure you are not mistaken? Huh? Are you absolutely positive the dolly was in the equipment room when we found Taka's body? That dolly was made specifically for moving large objects between the repository and the art room. It would be very strange indeed to discover it had made its way to the equipment room. Is it not possible that it was in the repository all along, and you simply didn't realize it?
She's raised an objection. How do you respond?
There is no shame in being wrong. Nobody expects much from you anyway. We have all accepted the fact that you rarely understand what is going on around you.
No, that's Hero, that's not me. I've never had anyone say I'm so nice or being so mean, but maybe I could change their mind. If I could just explain to them why the dolly must have been moved from the equipment room to the DOS repository. What the fuck, already? That's really fast.
You have it wrong! I cannot agree! You are a fool! So pathetic! Lies will get you nowhere! Do your worst! You miserable wretch! I cannot agree! You are a fool! Do your worst! You have it wrong! I cannot agree! You are a fool! So pathetic! Lies will get you nowhere! Do your worst! You miserable wretch! I cannot agree! You are a fool! Do your worst! You miserable wretch! You have it wrong! I cannot agree! You are a fool! So pathetic! Lies... will get you nowhere! Do your worst! You miserable wretch! I cannot agree! You are a fool! Do your worst! I cannot agree!
This should prove it! If you're asking for proof that the dolly moved,
Yeah.
I have it right here. When I found the dolly in the repository, one of the wheels had a blood stain on it. There was a pool of blood in the equipment room with a tire mark in it that matched the dolly wheel's tread. The killer probably rolled the dolly through the blood on accident as they wheeled the body out of the room. And as the blood dried on the tire, they moved the body into the repository. So there's my proof that the dolly was used to move Taka's body.
This really hit me that
Well,
much.
anyway, that was just something we had to get out of the way. Let's get back to the main...
Yeah! The subject of how Robo-Justice didn't do it. Because if it's not a killer robot, then what kind of robot is it?
I'm not sure that really matters.
I'd be happy to explain why the occupant of the suit couldn't possibly be the killer. If you look back on how the body was transported, it will become immediately
yeah, with dolly
obvious.
and he couldn't bend down in the waist. Yeah. Robo Justice probably, is it? Yeah.
As we know, Taka was killed in the equipment room. And from there, the body was moved to the repository, correct?
Yeah, the culprit wrapped the body in the tarp, then loaded it onto the dolly and wheeled it off, right?
Now, keep in mind that the dolly doesn't have a handle.
Well, yeah, but even without a handle, all you'd have to do is bend over.
Yeah, it can't literally do that.
No, it's wrong! You're absolutely right that you could push a dolly without a handle if you stoop down low. But if you were wearing that suit, do you think you could actually get into a position like that?
What do you mean?
Think back to what you said when we were all checking out the suit together. Remember?
Yeah, it couldn't bend at the waist.
When you're in that suit, not only can you not see your feet, but you can't even bend at the waist. Am I right about that?
Now that you mention it, yeah.
It seems like it'd be awfully hard to push that dolly if you couldn't bend over.
Well, what's to stop you from simply pushing the dolly with your feet?
When you can't even see your feet? You really think someone could kick the dolly all that way?
Yeah, it'd be totally impossible. Not that I can say for sure myself.
On top of that, if you were wearing such a rigid, cumbersome suit, it's very unlikely you would have the dexterity to go about wrapping the body in a tarp.
Well, I mean, isn't that just a matter of taking off the suit when you're ready to move the body?
Yeah, you can't.
I got it! I don't think taking off the suit was an option. If you remember...
That's true. It seems impossible to put the suit on or take it off.
You wouldn't dare,
without
so how would you know?
Then, you really can't take it off by yourself? Hero wasn't just making it up?
Of course I wasn't making it up.
If he could have gotten it off by himself, I don't think he would have let us see him wearing it. Showing up in the suit was basically an invitation for everyone to suspect it.
Yeah, that's right!
So, it's really true that Robo Justice couldn't have moved the dolly?
To be clear, whoever did move the body, it couldn't have been Hero in the robot suit, correct?
No, wait. Just a second, if you please. Have you forgotten about the picture that I took? You all got a good look at it, did you not? The image of Hifumi being dragged away by Robo Justice? If whoever was in that suit is not the culprit, how do you explain that? Besides, do you remember what the now deceased Hifumi said? So long as those facts exist, the proper conclusion is beyond question. The individual inside the suit and the culprit are one and the same. It was Hiro, without a doubt.
Yeah, that's gotta be right.
Hold on a second!
It's still far too early. Besides, there's no hurry to decide who did it.
Exactly.
Before we rush to a verdict, shouldn't we explore every single possibility?
Yeah.
Instead of seizing on one viewpoint, the truth is uncovered by analyzing things from every angle.
Perhaps, but where do we go from here?
That's
Let's
the
review
question,
this
isn't it?
series of unfortunate events from the beginning. Maybe we'll uncover something new.
What a pain in the ass!
I don't disagree, but our lives are on the line. If this is what it takes, we have to do it.
Plus, maybe we'll get to find out where the heck Kyoko was when everything went down.
All right then, let's take another look back at what happened. I suppose we could start with this morning. 4 of us gathered together in the dining hall. Makoto, Hina, Kyoko, and myself.
Yeah.
We waited there for quite a while, but nobody else showed up. So we went to look for everyone. That was around 8 a.m.
And as soon as we split up, Kyoko went missing.
Soon after that, Hina found Celeste in the rec room and quickly came to get Makoto and me.
It seems I was unconscious for about an hour after I was attacked by my mystery assailant. I know it was an hour because I remember being attacked a little after 7.
That was when we saw Celeste's picture and discovered that her assailant had been wearing a strange costume. As it turns out, It was Robo-Justice. It also soon became clear that this same Robo-Justice had abducted Hifumi. We were soon joined in our search by Byakuya and Toko, and then went on to find Hifumi in the library. He was injured, so we took him to the nurse's office and resumed our search for the suspect. But not long after leaving the nurse's office...
Yeah.
When Celeste told us that, we decided to split up and search the second floor. And soon after that...
I saw someone moving around on the third floor. And I yelled out to everyone as soon as I
But
did.
you are the one that sees everything and hears everything. And that's why you're my main suspect. Because you orchestrated everything.
And then... At that point, we decided to divide up into two groups. Celeste, Hina, and I went back to the nurse's office, while Sakura, Byakuya, and Toko chased after the suspect. When we got back to the nurse's office, we found Hifumi, dead. And that's when we heard the body discovery announcement. I left Celeste and Hina there and headed back to the third floor to let the others know what had happened.
Meanwhile, we had just discovered Taka's body in the equipment room. We must have found both bodies at almost exactly the same time, because we heard the same announcement not long after we discovered his body.
And that's when I told you guys about Hifumi. Then the three of us headed for the nurse's office. But right after we left the physics lab, we ran into Celeste, who'd arrived after us. And she told us something very surprising. We rushed back to the nurse's office and saw that she was right.
Then we remembered we'd left Toko passed out in the equipment room, so we hurried back again. But when we got there, we discovered that now Taka's body had also gone missing. Next thing we knew, we were searching the school for two missing dead bodies. And after
Celeste informed us that she'd found, which is where we rediscovered
Yeah,
the
Celeste
corpses.
informs everything.
I think that about covers it.
I see. The whole thing sounds exceptionally complicated. It certainly seems to me that these are not a simple series of connected events.
Okay, well, if that's true, then what?
Rather than a single series of events, I think we have to consider each murder a separate situation.
Exactly.
And from there, we can uncover the contradictions surrounding all of them. Now then, let's get started, beginning with what happened to Taka.
Yeah, let's see.
So, regarding Taka's death, I wonder if he died before Hifumi, or perhaps it was after?
We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
No.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the justice hammers.
Shoot!
Really? Oh, fuck off.
I refuse to give up yet!
I also don't understand why I was wrong, because we don't know the order.
So, I wonder if, or perhaps it was after. We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the justice hammers.
It's true that Hifumi was killed with Justice Hammer, while Taka's death...
See? So it's obvious Taka came after.
So, regarding Taka,
I wonder if, or perhaps it was. We already know what order they were killed. Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammer.
No!
Yeah, we don't know what order.
Hold on. There's no reason to assume that the hammers were used in the same order as their numbers.
Exactly.
If anything, that's just another way the killer tried to disguise their actions.
So you're saying the culprit wanted us to think the hammers were used in order, but in reality, Taka was killed before Hifumi?
Yeah.
Okay then, let's see the proof.
That's actually easy. The Hangman's Garment, the watch. Wristwatch. S T watch. Another T and a C and H. No. Ooh. That's the one I meant. This wristwatch had a time on it, and it didn't make sense.
I've got it! Taka's wristwatch. See? Look! It broke with the hands pointing just past 6 o'clock.
It must have gotten broken. So if it wasn't broken after...
Alright, I gotta go. Bye.